Welcome to the stream. I'm Tandy. Today we're going to be playing some more MommyGreen and Pioneer as we bring the Pioneer RCQ season to a close. We'll be playing Pioneer for the next few weeks as the RCQ season wraps up. And because they're like 99% to ban Nadu in Modern, and so nothing that you play in Modern for the next 2 weeks matters. Now, coming up soon, in 2 weeks, is the Apex Gaming Modern 5K double open weekend. We have a 5K on Saturday and a 5K on Sunday. That's going to be at the home store in Caldwell, Ohio. And if there's a ban right before that, it could be a pretty big shakeup in the Modern format. So it might be a real fun watch. But until then, we are going to stay the course, continue playing some Pioneer as we finish off the RCQ season, looking to help the last few people out hit their qualifications. Today we're continuing our run with MommyGreen. This is a take on MommyGreen Devotion, playing white for just Elishnorn, Mother of Machines. The doubling of all of the triggers from things entering the battlefield, quite powerful in this deck. Allows you to draw multiple cards off of Kiora and Outcaster Trailblazer. In tandem with Cavalier of Thorns, you get to look for 10 cards to find Nykthos. It works twice with Invasion of Ixalan. It's just a really great card. It also suppresses your opponent's stuff, including for the mirror. I have found the one in the main deck to be more than fine to great. The Leyline of the Guild Pact allows you to hardcast it from hand sometimes, but when you're fighting it off of Storm the Festival, it allows for combo turns very, very easily. The deck looks very similar to what you've probably come used to playing against MommyGreen Devotion: 8 Elves, Old Growth Troll, Kiora, Cavalier, Storming the Festival. These have become the core tenets of the archetype. The newer editions, Invasion of Ixalan, we're playing this over Oath of Nissa because the backside is a 4/3, which when you attack it can draw a card with either Kiora or Outcaster Trailblazer. It's not because it digs deeper. It does cost 2, which is a bummer. When it transforms, you no longer have Devotion for the green, so keep that in mind as you play. One thing I do love about Invasion is that it finds more things than the Oath of Nissa, so you miss less often. But it does cost 2. It's a real cost. The other newer card to the deck, Outcaster Trailblazer, this is essentially what's helping you combo when we lost Karn the Great Creator. Now, instead of having a guaranteed infinite kill, we have a lot of pseudo deterministic kills with Outcaster, Trailblazer, Kiora, Elishnorn, where as we're churning through the deck, it's very likely that we find the kill. And you'll see that as we play today, hopefully. While Outcaster Trailblazer adds a card draw engine to the deck, an extra one alongside Kiora, we are also gaining Leyline of the Guild Pact. This powerful enchantment allows you to put it into play at the beginning of the game. It has very little text on it, all things considered. Your lands do count as all land types, and so if your Old Growth Troll dies, you can attach it to any land, including Boseiju, Branch Off Pathway, even Nykthos if you really want to, but I wouldn't recommend it. But what it really means is that we can play fun lands sometimes that can tap for any color. Because of the Leyline, and so if they're colorless land, they don't screw you. That means that Leyline in your opening hand is going to be much better for a couple of reasons. It means that on turn 1, you can have green mana, so you can use it to play your Llanowar Elves if it's your only land. And then if you draw any other land off the top, you can activate the Nykthos, or if you have a backup Nykthos, you can float a mana, play the second Nykthos, and then use Elf to activate the Nykthos, and now it gives you up to 5 mana with the Leyline. That's kind of the gist of the deck. The Leyline grants a bunch more mana. The Outcaster Trailblazer grants a bunch more cards. And we've kind of replaced Karn the Great Creator through those 2 additions. Our combo kill nowadays is Ulvenwald Oddity. This can come down, grant haste and trample to all of your creatures, including itself. It's quite big on the back. When we're doing Storm the Festival stuff, it's a fine kill. The sideboard is a little bit different than what we're used to. I'm trying out some Hearse for Phoenix. I've played Deafening Silence in the past, and I think I might end up with Deafening Silence in the future. Since it hits non-creatures only, it messes up Phoenix quite bad. 2 Obstinate Baloth. This is mostly for the Liliana on the Veil decks, which are popping up like crazy. Emrakul the Promise In for Azorius Control, which is coming back in a big way. 3 Stone Brain, mostly for various combo decks. Because Amalia is so bad of a matchup, I've been experimenting with bringing in Stone Brain. I've had success with it once. The Cityscape Leveler, therefore grindy matchups where we want to have something that can be unearthed, so we can find off Cavalier, something that can blow up a permanent, like an enchantment or an artifact that we might not be able to kill otherwise, kills Planeswalkers. Cityscape Leveler's awesome. If Elsinore wasn't so powerful in the deck, I would be playing one main deck, and people regularly play one main, myself included. 2 Pick Your Poison, occasional extra disenchants. It's okay against, the vampire deck because of Vein Ripper. 3 Tail Swipe. This is mostly for aggressive base decks so we can interact early. It's also pretty good against Amalia. And lastly, a second copy of Elsinore, and this is mostly for the mirror so that we have an extra way to suppress our opponent's stuff. This is MommyGreen. Let's play. All right, opener for game number 1 looks pretty solid. Elf into Trailblazer into Cavalier. These are very easy keeps. We also have a Nykthos already rolled up, which is nice. For Elf dies, we can Invasion looking for something as well. It's been a minute. Yeah. All right, probably Phoenix. We'll go ahead and play our Elf. It's probably going to die, but if they don't have a kill spell for it and they just have draw spells, we need to make sure that they're spending their time digging for that removal instead of digging for card draw. Probably play Force on 2, especially if I draw something like Old Growth Troll that I might want to play. And we'll just dig for mana sources here. Probably non-elf mana sources, lands in particular. Let's see. So I can take Kiora, and I have a pretty good cast next turn. But from my experience, playing against Phoenix decks, my Kiora is often under too much pressure. So I think I'm just going to take a Forest. Next turn, I'll plot Trailblazer, and then the turn after, I'll hard cast Cavalier. And the turn after that, I'll probably be able to cast Storm the Festival. Free the Fae. Alright, so they put Phoenix in the yard. This is scary. Do the kicking of the butts? I'll try my best, Side Norna. What you been up to, Big Show? Welcome, Gumby. That's our Moxfield page. If anyone's ever looking for our Moxfield page, that's where it is. It's got all of our decks on there. Alright, so we're going to go for a plot. And this is so the extra mana next turn helps. Cast our 5-er. You'll get them next time, D-Kish. Don't worry, man. How many more RCQs you got? And do you plan on playing green every time? Alright, so they're digging pretty hard to get this Phoenix back into play. That means I'm going to have essentially an unfettered turn, so I don't have to worry about Spell Pierce, something killing my Outcaster, things like that. So I'll get this Cavalier into play, and it'll play defense nicely against Shredder and Phoenix. And then the turn after... Oh, they miss land. They're dead. They're dead, chat. They can no longer win the game. The game has been overed. The game is jovered. Alright, cast Trailblazer, get a green. They do get a Ledger Shredder proc. Big Monkey says, I'm 16-0 locals with Quint. Locals tonight again. I don't have another deck. Should I just run it back and beat the hate? Yeah, of course. Look, if no one's beating you, don't ever change course. You know? You farm the pools that you are put into, right? Alright, well, we have a really powerful next turn lined up, assuming our opponent doesn't do anything super fried here. Cavalier plus Invasion means that I'm probably going to have a decent amount of... Oh, I wonder if they're going to go after Cavalier instead of the Outcaster. Let's see what they do. They finally drew their 3rd land on turn number 5 here. Are you hyped for Apex next weekend? Oh yeah, Rosie. Big time. And just for those... there's often confusion when someone says next weekend. So it is not the weekend of July 6th. It is the weekend of July 12th. Just so people are aware. But we're going to be doing a double Modern Open weekend. We're going to be streaming it on twitch.tv/Apex Gaming. And what else? And Ross and I are going to be doing commentary. We'll be heading up to Caldwell for that. No land on Cav, unlucky. I know. I really wanted to play this Mystic. Bobby, what do you think about going from always draw into Cav into always Cav into draw? Just to shake things up. All right, so they pitch a torch to tower. So Cavalier no longer under threat of death. Here comes a treasure cruise, maybe? Nope. Trailblazer down. Okay, so they can attack with 2 Phoenix and a Shredder. I'll probably just block the Shredder because killing a Phoenix is probably not going to keep them from coming back. Oh, wow, they didn't even attack Wild. Oh, I'm sorry, Rosie. I didn't mean it like that. Okay, so let's go... Elf is free-ish. Guess I'll just Storm. They get... Ledger Shredder proc here. We can't really keep comboing, though. Oh, a couple of Leyline of the Guild Pact is probably not as good as Leyline Troll. But it is harder for them to disrupt the... What calls it? The devotion count. But it's hard for them to disrupt the devotion count anyway for Troll. Next turn I should be able to kill pretty easily. I know it doesn't seem like it, but the more mana Nykthos can generate, the more I can keep going when I cast Storms and stuff, and Invasions and whatnot. 4 mana, bounce, Cavalier. Okay. I'll take 10 and then I'll try to kill you. Alright, we found another Nykthos. This should make it trivial. Let's just start casting things. So I guess we can start with activating this. Did we? Yeah, probably. Alright, let's go Cavalier and see if we hit another Nykthos off of it. We don't. We do hit a land, though. I will play Invasion. I don't really want to hit a Nykthos off of the Invasion because we already have one to play, so we're looking more for big cards to hit. Fioras. We will take... Let's see, does Oddity kill straight up? So this is 8... 11. Yeah. So Oddity, I think, just wins the game on the spot here, so we can just do that. So make things easy. Let me just double check. So this is 8, plus 5 is 13, plus 6 is 19. Yeah. Okay. We'll play another Nykthos. I mean, this also the Lair of the Hydra is lethal as well, so it's fine. I don't want to waste everyone's time. Luckily, we don't have to play around stuff like Solitude in this format. I'm surprised that they did the play they did, but their hand must have been quite bad for them to just shove on an attack for 10 and a bounce instead of going like Treasure Cruise and stuff. I think their Adob's fully activating the Lair with 2 Nykthos from the start of the turn. Oh, that's fair too. That's not as fun to watch. So, shut up, Bobby. Shut up, Bobby. Dang it, Bobby. Let's do some hearse. I think Mother Machines can come out. Invasion is like surprisingly hard to attack into because of Ledger Shredder, and I think cutting Invasion in matchups where it's hard to attack into Invasion is reasonable because it's expensive, and everything else on the deck is like engine piece. It's just Ponder, Preordain, or whatever, and that type of card is often important in game number 1 and less important in game 2. That doesn't mean that you should always cut them, but if you do cut them a lot, I think that's okay. I think I might just want the 2 hearse. Maybe the Emrakul's cool. It is cool. Stonebrain doesn't seem very good. So let's maybe do Emrakul. Do this, maybe. 2 hearse and Emrakul. What can we do? We can, like, if we Emrakul them, we just kill all their shit. Maybe deck them? We can maybe deck them. That'd be fun. Did you play blue red artifacts or blue eye control in a mono red field? I don't think blue red artifacts is very good against other aggro decks. I don't think it's a very good deck in general. I would recommend playing Azorius Control personally. I don't think that it's bad, and I've definitely played it before. We're gonna keep this hand because we have the hearse, and we have Nykthos. We have stuff to do, and they often attack our elves, and so you have to keep elves against Phoenix. Or yeah, you have to keep hands with no elves against Phoenix pretty regularly. Why are we playing Modern? Because the people at WotC are out of office this week, and so there's not going to be any bans. And we'll play whenever they announce the bans. We'll start playing Modern again, probably next week. I'm assuming next Monday will be the ban announcement. A matchup is Stonebrain targeting generally. I mean, it used to be for like Lotus Field, but now I don't even know. It's just there as like a, oh shit, I'm playing against this deck. You can bring it in against Amalia, which I like, because I think Amalia is a nightmare matchup. But if you can take the card Amalia out of their deck doesn't really do anything. Bunch of 1/1s. Thought they were out to lunch. No, they're off all week this week. From what I've heard from Blake on Twitter. Yeah, I think it's good against Amalia, but it's not really for Amalia. It's just good against Amalia. But there are plenty of decks that it is good against. Yeah, my opponent did Nykthos name against me once in the mirror when I didn't have one in play, and I did have one in hand. And I just very easily beat him because I had already played like 2 or 3 creatures or whatever. Alright, we'll go ahead and play this Old Growth Troll. And if they kill it, great. If they don't kill it, great. Next turn, we can hardcast Leyline. Alright, they have Axe, but they chose not to kill my Troll for reasons. The reasons probably being that it's gonna give me more mana. Alright, hardcasting Picklock Prankster instead of freeing the Fae. I don't think that was on purpose. Okay. Alright, be on the play here for game number 1 of round 2. Our opener is lackluster, but we're on the play, so I'm going to keep. We can use Sunken Citadel here on green. And then on 2, we can play Invasion. 3, we can play QR. 4, we can play Cavalier. And that's like lined up at worst case scenario. We basically just don't have Elf. Turn 1 Swamp and no Thoughtseeds is great. That means they probably have Fatal Push, so we're going to stay away from targets for it. Troll, probably. They'll probably have trouble killing the Troll. Next turn, we'll go Pathway on green Troll. Alright, so they're probably Vampires. No 2-drop either. This is great news for us. So they might have a way to kill. Let's just play Troll because it gives us more Nykthos mana next turn. I think that we have plenty of stuff to fight through traditional interaction. And so I basically just want to make sure that I can generate enough mana to keep up with this nut draw here. Oh, it's Fable and not the big boy. Big boy would have been scary. Now I think we're just going to easily win. Alright, so let's go green. So we'll go, let's see, Trailblazer goes up to 1, 2, 3, untap this, so we can't quite do everything. So can we go Trailblazer? Let's see. I guess we just go Cure, untap Cavalier. That's probably best. Five. Yeah, so we'll just go Cavalier, draw card. Let's see, actually, can we go? Yeah, we can go Cavalier, Oddity. And we get to draw a bunch more cards and attack more this turn. And I don't really care if they attack me with a shaman, so we're going to slam for 8. We'll do 4 at face and 4 at the invasion. Okay. Everyone, no one wants to keep playing. No one wants to keep playing today, chat. Our draws are just so mid. And it doesn't matter because their removal is just rotting in their hand. How do you deal with Amalia? You lose, man. You're dead. That's fine. You can have bad matchups, right? Okay. How does Lotus Field beat Mono Red? How does Phoenix beat Lotus Field? How does anything beat anything? It's an enigma. Okay, so the Elishnorn is not really for this matchup, but I do think that it letting me draw extra cards is kind of great. And so I kind of want to play an extra one, and I definitely want the Cityscape Leveler. I don't hate the invasions. I think this is one matchup where they're actively okay. I don't really want to cut anything else. So it's usually Elishnorn or Invasion that's getting cut in basically every matchup. Sometimes I trim a Leyline or an Oddity. Maybe because they're going to be killing my shit. The Leylines are better because I just have Leyline Nykthos mana and they can't really interact with it. Alright, I'm just going to cut the Elishnorn. I'm not sure that it's good, and I'm just going to cut it. I don't think Balot's that great, even though they have Thoughtseize. It's unlikely they have Go Blank. It's unlikely they have Liliana. That's mostly for Mono Red and Waste Not, Whatnot. We'll keep. Not the best hand, but again, they're probably going to be holding a lot of 1-mana removal for elves, so I think it's okay to keep no elf hands against decks with 1-mana removal for them. I mean, that's fair, RNG specialists. Feel free to not play the mono green deck, but no one plays Amalia in real life. I don't know why. There's usually one person at every event I go to, and they usually do well. I also beat Amalia the last time I played it with mono green. I don't know. I don't think it's a great matchup, that's for sure. I think Amalia is also just a very good deck. And if you played Amalia, that's great, but I don't want to because it's very click intensive and it's hard to do on Magic Online. Do you know how many decks exist that have horrible mono green matchups? Quite a few. Quite a few 0%ers against mono green. But no one tells them that they shouldn't play their deck, right? Even though mono green's a popular deck. That's all. Alright, opponent is stalling me on my draw step. Don't know why. Maybe they have to answer the door. Pizza Man's here. Sunken Citadel. We'll go ahead and play this on green. If we draw Nykthos, we have an extra land to do stuff with. The one Sunken Citadel has been hitting pretty good. Gotta say. Been feeling pretty good. Alright, Preacher of the Schism. This one is okay. They're at less life than me, so they'll make a 1/1, which is great. I'll play Troll in a Forest so that I can block it profitably. And if they kill it, I get more mana next turn to maybe go Cure into Troll. Also, I'm not really afraid of Extinction Event because they have Preacher in play. I will definitely block if they attack. Alright, I don't think that they are going to block. So I'm just going to play Cure and say go. And if they just kill Cure straight up, I think that's okay. I don't feel the need to untap for Boseiju, so I'm not going to. They can send Hive in. They're going to choose to do nothing instead, seems. One trade of loyalty for 4 damage. Yeah, I always forget that you can just untap. That's my bad. Definitely should have attacked. Yeah, the secret vigilance part of it always messes with me. Alright, so we'll go for Elf Trailblazer. And now I think there's a good chance we do get hit with an Extinction Event, but we're drawing some cards, so it's not a big deal. I could have taken a land over the Elf, which I briefly considered before I clicked the Elf. Mostly because if they kill Trailblazer, I want to maybe be able to chump block something to keep Cure alive, but they're just like not doing anything. I guess they're just going to start hard casting 6-drops now? Alright, I'm just going to let the Cure take 2. If they Extinction Event me, that's fine. We'll just play Troll, draw 2 cards. Pro tip, if you play Extinction Event in your deck these days, tell your Preachers. Oh, Vein Ripper. Okay, well, we might be able to kill him this turn if we get a little lucky. We need to draw Nykthos or a way to find it. Oh. Okay. Pretty good, chat. Not gonna lie. Pretty good draw. Are we gonna make a bunch of mana? We're gonna play Troll. We're gonna draw 2. We're gonna untap Nykthos and we're gonna Storm. Let's go for Troll first. Draw 2. We should be able to draw most of our deck this turn. 16. Let's go for it. We have the Cura locked up to go again, so let's just Cavalier first. Draw a couple. Elf is also free somewhere in there. Leyline's free somewhere in there. Another Nykthos, perfect. We'll go Elf, Leyline, mana, Storm and Norman. We're not quite attacking for lethal. We can force the chump block pretty easily, but we still have Cure backup. Okay, well, let's just do Outcaster Oddity and end it. End it, Batman. We could have played our whole deck, but we don't need to. And that's Nykthos. That's Nykthos, chat. Yeah, good catch, Bobby, by the way. Untapping the Troll was definitely the right play. That was my mistake. We should have attacked first before playing the Kiora. If they block, great. We'll put on the land. We go Kiora, untap, Troll. And the other direction we go is attack, they don't block. We play Kiora, we untap. We have a blocker. This is the other half of the deck, chat. This is the combo happy part of the deck. Ah! Ah! Oh no! It's a race to see who kills who. I don't have an elf, so if they go Elf Nykthos, we can lose. We can certainly lose. Phoenix, Vampires, Mirror. Hopefully next round we get a Emollient, and then the round after that we get Gruul. Oh, they don't have elves, so they're dead, I think. Alright, so we'll go for Invasion O Ixalan. Next turn we can go Kiora, untap Cavalier, and probably play whatever we get off this Ixalan. Take the Trailblazer. Trailblazer's pretty great here. We should be, I don't know if we'll win next turn, but we should be able to play enough stuff next turn that makes our opponent's stuff kind of dwarfed. They can certainly do combo stuff, so we do want to try to kill them if we can. See if they find off the invasion. Oh, Yasumi, first time chatter says, damn. Yeah, you like that? That's what we do here. We bang. Alright, so now we get to make 9 mana. Alright, so let's see what we can do. So this is 9. And so then this is 5. And this is basically free because we need to play Cure, untap, and have mana to activate Nykthos again. But now we get to draw a bunch of extra cards, and we get to make a ton of mana. Alright, so make 14. So we'll cast Trailblazer. We'll draw a card off the Cure. We'll make a mana. And then the Cavalier will draw 2. And now we're just looking for ways to continue the chain. Thank you, thank you. Glad you like the YouTube videos. Draw a card, get a land. Oh, we found another Nykthos. Oh, we found another Nykthos? 23 mana. So this Nykthos is, I wouldn't say it's dead, but it's not doing anything this turn. I will, at the very least, I will besage you their ley line, I think, to make sure that their, what you call it, is lessened. So I ran out of stuff, chat. I ran out of stuff. Oh, I can Cura? Actually, no, I didn't run out of stuff. Figured it out. So let's go Cura. And we'll go untap this Lair of the Hydra. And we'll go for 5. It's fine. I'm going to besage you the ley line. And then I'm going to attack an invasion and draw a card. Draw 2 cards. And then I should be able to kill them next turn pretty easily. And this is going to make sure that their Nykthos next turn is much weaker. They have nothing in play. We have a million things in play. We couldn't hit them for 20, so I didn't want... I thought maybe drawing a card or drawing a couple cards was better. Pretty good turn 3, though, I gotta say, for not having an elf to start. And I think we're very likely to continue the ability to keep going. And we bricked a little. Bricked a little! But next turn, Lair should be more than lethal if they don't have any way to kill it. This is nuts. This is every game. Every game is like this if you believe in yourself. If you become one with Kiora, you will never lose. Just ask all my friends who won all their RCQs. Mirror match. I like Elsnorn for sure. I like Cityscape. Some people bring in Tailswipe. I'm not the hugest fan. Some people bring in Pick Your Poison for Leyline. I'm not a fan at all. Some people Stonebrain. I don't. It is very difficult to attack the invasions in the matchup, so I will trim 2. And then if I want to Stonebrain my opponent, I can, but I don't think I want to. The last time my opponent did, I laughed. And whenever I laugh at a Stonebrain, I know that it's probably not very good, but I think it's very good in some spots, to be clear. This hand is kind of wild. Deep. Very happy this Pioneer deck is fully playable in Arena Explorer. Nice. I'm glad. We can play Elshnorn pretty quick here, but how quick is the question. Nykthos can tap for green thanks to the ley line, so we'll go ahead and do that. Put the Fear of God in my opponent. Maybe they'll besage you my ley line, and then we'll just play normal. Build me up a land. You love Nykthos so much you played it in your Jund Monsters deck back in RTR. Nice. I played a lot of Nykthos when it was in Standard. Those of you who've been fans of me a long time know that I worked on MommyGreen Devotion and Standard well before I ever worked on it in Pioneer. Pelukernos, the World Eater. Me and him were homies. Yes, Gent. I almost decked myself multiple times the first league I played, and then I never came close to doing it again. You just have to count and be careful. But I won almost every game that I played Elshnorn. Okay, so we'll just play Cavalier this turn, and the next turn we'll play our Suppression. Because we can't make Nykthos mana and 5. So we'll just play Cavalier. And I don't think we can make enough to Trailblazer into Elshnorn, so missed on lands, bummer. You and Van Meter loved it? Yeah, he was big into Gen Monsters too, though. Yes, Burning Tree. Burning Tree. Burning Tree. I remember I did an opener on Versus Live one time where I basically did Epic Mealtime. Boar's Charms, and Boar's Charms, and Boar's Charms. Alright, so they played a second invasion. They did find Nykthos. But, oh, I guess they can use this to make 3. Nice. And they can play the Troll. So now we just get Elshnorn into play and the game's over, because they don't have ways to kill it, other than one, them. Maybe they'll kill my Nykthos, and I just have this backup. That'd be sick, actually. Okay, I don't know if we'll be able to play our deck this turn, but we're going to be able to do a bunch of stuff. So let's try. So we'll go, oh my. Oh my. This is 8, so we'll go... This is 5 up to 6 Norn. So I think I have to play this other Nykthos and activate first. Or do I just play... Yeah, I think that's what I do. Okay, so we play this other Nykthos. We play Trailblazer, make a white. But then we activate Nykthos. And then we play Elshnorn. And Elshnorn might elicit a concession, because the Elshnorn is crazy for the mirror for multiple reasons. Okay, so we'll Storm with 2 floating. This means we have a good chance to keep going. We found enough. This should be more than enough. 13. So we can play Oddity, Transform, and Attack, and this is very close to lethal. It's 8. 4, yeah, this is lethal through the Troll. So we get to kill here on 3. Again. But we could keep going, but we just don't have to. Very, very strong draw from us, for sure. But to be clear, I don't think they could beat the Elshnorn anyway, so... let me just double check. So this is 8, plus 6 is 14, plus 5 is 19, plus 5 is 24. I think we're just lethal. But we could keep going for a bunch, so I'm just choosing not to. We could have basically played out our whole deck because of the Elshnorn triggers. We had the extra Kiora to do Nykthos stuff. We had 2 Storms in the grave. Doing pretty great so far. 3-0. Love to play first. I'm going to keep. We're in the play. We have Elf into Invasion, so if they kill our Elf, we have a good 2-drop. And if they don't kill our Elf, we can maybe 2-drop into another Elf and ramp into Cavalier. We also have a lot of other things we can draw that skip us to Cavalier on 3. Any Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind enjoyers in chat? From that soundtrack. One of my favorite Beck songs. Selfless Savior. So it's Amalia. I said this was going to be Amalia. Okay. This is the big test. We're going to do this in case we hit Sunken Citadel and want to take it. But we'll take Nykthos. I don't want to play it yet. I guess I probably should have, actually. Yeah, it was one of my favorite movies when I was coming of age. We did not find a way to skip over the invasion, and we did not find a 3-drop to play in the meanwhile. A Mall here on 2 means that we're in some trouble. For sure in trouble. Another lands. Hold up, besiege you, but this did not work out how we hoped it would. I guess maybe I should have taken another cavalier off the invasion, but I don't know. I don't think it would have mattered if they just kill me here. Cataclysm apparition. Uh-oh. 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 Well, they didn't kill me, so I guess it's not that bad, right? Alright, let's draw Troll, Kiora, Outcaster, Invasion. Okay. Alright, let's play another Invasion. Shields are down. They've been down for years. I never even put up shields since I started living here. I guess I don't really want to take another invasion, but it does juice my Nykthos. Elf juices Nykthos. Outcaster is not going to be playable next turn. And I think I have to try to kill next turn if they don't combo me. So, what is the most likely way to do that? I believe is with invasion, but it might be with elf. I think it's with invasion, so let's take that. Alright. We find... Let's see, Troll? Does Troll do anything? Next turn. I don't think we can kill next turn, no matter what we do. So maybe the elf was correct, but maybe not trying to kill next turn is also correct. Maybe it's just the backup Nykthos for the turn after. Like that. I don't know if that's right, but I'm in uber desperation mode, and I'm just trying to essentially figure out a way to win from scratch if I get the chance. Alright, there's Innkeeper, so there's the life gainer. If they have the Wild Growth Walker or the Court of Calling, we're dead. Another Innkeeper, okay. They still have the required number of green sources as well. Lunarch Veteran, for Court of Calling, that is. Alright, we didn't die. We did not die, chat. You know what that means? We are blessed. You can block with a token you get from Skyclave. That's fair. I didn't even think about that. I guess they could also give the Skyclave indestructible. Dina into the graveyard. Deep Cavern Bat. That one's going to go to hand, probably. Nope. I guess they're putting everything that's not Wildgrowth Walker into the graveyard, which is fine. We're at 10 with no prospects. I don't want them to know that I have Elish Norn, but Elish Norn's good in the matchup too. Elish Norn can suppress them. We'll just take a forest because Nykthos backup doesn't do anything here. Well, we don't have any draw engines or anything. Our draw was pretty horrific, all things considered. Theirs was too, though, so I can't really complain. They killed my elf, and I did nothing. And I died. I think we have to chump block Amalia this turn. Is that a thing? See if how they attack, what they do. Draxon Specialist. Are they? Adina should be lethal, or very close to lethal. Especially if they just have one more creature to play. And this will force me to block the Amalia, and I think after that, I don't really have any outs. I guess I could go cast Leyline, play Nykthos, activate, and if I draw exactly Storm the Festival, I can maybe go off. But tapping out to cast Storm the Festival to go off just doesn't work. You have to have like 2 mana floating. Sometimes 1 mana floating will do it. Turn to the ranks. Where's that going to go? Graveyard. I think we're just dead. This is going to put us to 6, and they can attack us for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus a Malia that we have to block. If they have another creature, we're dead. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've never lost just with them attacking like that before. Stonebrain in, Elshnorn, Cityscapes, Tail Swipes. I'm going to cut these. Let's see. This is a lot of junk to bring in, and so our combo is going to get much, much worse. Maybe we should cut ley lines because of it. Something like this is fine. Our elves aren't getting pressured, so ley line's a bit worse. Elves are a bit better. Sunbrain's good. Tail Swipe's okay. All these are bad. Emrakul doesn't do anything. I guess I can deck them with Emrakul, maybe. Should I try it? I doubt we'll get to do it, but it might be fun to do. You ever thought about bringing in Cityscape? Basically, all I do is try to interact with them and kill their things. And the last time I played against Amalia, I just had a nutty curve that allowed me to do that. And I won very easily because of it. And Cityscape was a turn 4 play after playing some Voracious Hydras and Tail Swipes. So I like bringing it in, but I don't know if it's right. They don't really kill you. Like, they need 3 pieces to kill you, and at least one of them is in play at, like, all times or whatever. Fatal Push makes things a bit harder, but that means that their draw is going to be a little bit disjointed, probably. Although, if they just, like, Fatal Push plus combo me, you know, that's, like, even worse than where I already was for the matchup. Jilly says, Stonebrain and Molly turn 3 Friday and still lost? Brutal. I would like to see that game. I am going to play Trailblazer into Elf. I don't know if that's better than just playing 2 elves. I kind of just wanted to play 2 elves. All right, so they play Skyclave, take out my Outrider. That's great. I mean, it's not great. It's horrible, but play this on... I guess we can play this on white because we already have access to a lot of green. And then we just go Troll. What's up, Ryan? Like your new Twitter avatar. All right, here's Amalia. So they can't kill us with Cord here. Although I think if they have a land, if they have an untapped land that's taps for green, they can Cord for 2. They hit it. We might be dead here, chat. I don't have a card draw engine going, so even if we had it, we might still die. Oh, but they're shocking and passing. I wonder what it could possibly be. Wonder what could it possibly be, chat. Oh, I even drew the nut. That's so brutal. All right, well, we're just going to pretend they don't have it. We're going to hope that it's Fatal Push, but, I mean, we can't stop it at instant speed anyway, right? I wish I had Tail Swipe here. I'd absolutely brutalize them. I'm just going to concede. This matchup is your worst matchup by quite a bit. All right, we're here for match number 5. Playing against the full spread of great decks so far. I'm going to mulligan this one. First mulligan in the league. This hand is kind of mid, but I'm going to keep it. I think I'm going to put back a Forest, but I think you could argue putting back the Elish Norn. I think that the upside of casting the Norn makes it worth keeping over just a basic Forest. We have a few white sources we can draw. We can find one off of this. We can also hit... actually, maybe we shouldn't, but I'm going to keep it. I don't really want to keep a white source off of Invasion, but I can. That X the Boogeyman of the format? I mean, I guess. It's a very powerful deck. Calling basically king in every format because they just keep making better and better creature combos. Oh, another Amalia deck. Let's see if the Elish Norn can save us this round. Do I want to deal damage or play Invasion? I think in case I hit Sunken Sigil off Invasion, I want to be able to play it. Oh, now we have Elf to play anyway, so that's fine. White source? We didn't hit it, but we can take Cavalier. And then go land Elf, and the next turn we can Cavalier. Best meme I saw this weekend was a re-edit of the Natu Natu dance sequence from RRR with Natu and Shuko on the dance faces. Absolutely hilarious. I saw that meme. I haven't seen RRR, but I do know that it was from RRR. Prosperous Innkeeper. Well, let's hope they don't combo me next turn. Or I draw a white source. If I draw a white source, I'm going to just play this Elish Norn immediately. Yeah, it's a 3-hour movie. It's the only reason I never watched it. We still didn't hit a white source, chat. It's brutal. Alright, well. Classic Elish Norn L. I don't think that this matchup is beatable without Voracious Hydra. Maybe I'm wrong. They're looking for a land here, probably. If they found the land, I think they'd probably kill me. Playing the Amali here to get the Explorer. They're going to graveyard another Innkeeper. And they don't have it this turn, so we have one turn where we can maybe get them. And the Elish Norn can stop them if we find a white source. That's a white source. Let's see. Can we go... Scroll into that? No. To 6, 7, 8. So we play Guild Pact. And then we can tap this for white. And then we play the Elish Norn. And this should stop their combo. And I think that we're good now. I'm going to attack the Invasion. I don't feel like they can win anymore. All their stuff is shut down by the Elish Norn. Yeah, nice. Nice. Alright, so let's try a cheeky sideboard play. Let's do Stonebrain, Elish Norn. Tail Swipe. This is what we did last time. And we brought in the Cityscape. That seems bad. I don't really want these tail swipes, chat. Is that bad? I think Cityscape, tail swipes may be bad. I don't think tail swipe is bad. It just doesn't let me combo them. And I don't know that I can bring in Stonebrain and tail swipe. It just makes my deck so much weaker. Like, I want to actually be able to kill them when they don't combo. But maybe expecting them to not be able to combo at some time is like a pipe dream or foolishness. Yeah, I agree, Phelps. I agree. I think maybe this just means we need to cut tail swipe from the deck. We have Stonebrain, 1 land. I'm going to keep. We have multiple elves. If we draw a land, we can turn 2 Cure Elf, turn 3 Stonebrain, and we just hope they don't combo me on 3 or get Amali and play on 3. They didn't play a 1-mana thing, and they didn't play a black source, so they're not going to Fatal Push me, which is nice. Play Beseiju. Alright, if we don't draw land, we can still double elf, and then the turn after we can still stone brain. And if they don't have both of the things in play, we can hit the other one. And keeper. Okay. So now they can play both things next turn. Well, we didn't draw the land, so let's just play some elves and hope for the best. They also didn't use the treasure to kill an elf. I do think we can still just lose to Amalia and life gain triggers. So that's one of the reasons why I think Stonebrain kind of stinks in general. Is that if they just get one of the things into play, then the Stonebrain loses all of its efficacy. Here's Court of Calling. Oh, no, Collect Company, excuse me. The other CC. They found just Amalia. Danny, do you keep the tail swipes in the sideboard for the mirror? Not sure how you sideboard for the mirror. I don't sideboard very much in the mirror. My mirror sideboarding looks like I bring in the Elish Norn in the Cityscape, and I cut like 2 invasions because the invasions are just hard to attack in the matchup. All right, so we'll just Stone Brain the Wild Growth Walkers and hope for the best. We obviously would have rather have taken Amalia rather. Their hand is Amalia and some shit. Yeah, I think we have a good chance to win now, even though we're on 1 land. If I draw a land, I go Cure into Troll, and then Troll plus... Troll fights Amalia pretty well, but the big problem is that they're just going to grow this Amalia naturally, and so at some point I'm going to have to start chump blocking it, but that's okay. Without the Wild Growth Walker, I'm just like not actually afraid. They're going to keep Deep Cavern Bats on top. Makes some sense. They're going to go and play another Amalia just to get another life. Really strange considering they kept Bat on top and they're just wanting to grow this. But I guess they're just going to try to kill me. All right, we'll take this damage. And now, let's see. Just play Troll. We'll take the 5 from Amalia. The Bat's going to take something out of our hand, but our hand's all gas, so it doesn't really matter. I don't think playing Cure there is right. They have the option to just attack and kill it. I think whenever that's the case, you just don't. Hopefully we draw 4 so we can chump the Amalia at some point and gain mana. Really could use some lands? I know. Maybe I should have just mulligan, but... I feel relatively comfortable with the spot I'm in. But I obviously need help, right? A Nykthos off the top would be game-breaking. The Haywire Might checks the ley line. The Cure is checked by the Amalia, basically. I think I'm going to keep as much on the Cure as I can. I'm going to say go. I'm going to block with Troll, no matter where they attack with the Amalia, I think. Yeah, I saw that, Gator. One of my buddies did that. He played 1 Sunken Citadel on the side. I think that just 1 Sunken Citadel is just a good number of Sunken Citadels. So now they can Haywire Might my Old Growth Troll, but that's okay. I was kind of expecting this. Oh, they got this Lunarch Veteran as well. Man, Amalia really is just a linchpin. I think we'll probably just slap him on the play. That's my hope. I'll be on the play. Oh, they put this in the graveyard. That makes sense, I guess. They're not really comboing me anymore. This is an 8/8. Alright, we're going to play this, I guess, just to draw a card. think on the play, instead of Stonebrain, I'm going to Tail Swipe. Doesn't feel good to resolve Stonebrain and lose. Alright, this hand's nuts. We're going to keep. We have essentially our nut draw. So if they have turn 1 push on our elf and they can break us up, that sucks. But we have a very easy turn 3 potential kill. They're on 5 cards also. Yeah, I don't either, Thunder. What's up, buddy? How are you doing, buddy? That's the only loss we've had so far in the league. We've currently lost 3 games to Amalia in the league. And that's the only games we've lost. We played Phoenix, Mirror, Vampires to Amalia, which is fairly indicative of the format. Push on my elf. So now we have to draw land or another mana source here. The old Fatal Pusher elf. No one can ever beat it. Deep Cavern Bats. What are you going to take? Probably the Cavalier, be my guess. I need to draw a land pretty bad. If I draw a land, I can make 5 double Outcaster, draw a card. Or maybe I could cast one and then plot the other. So my guess is they'll take an Outcaster, but they might take Cavalier. They also might take Storm. But really, I just need to draw a land. My elf died. I had the nuts. My elf died. Let's hope that I get lucky. Yes! You hold your breath, chat. Good things happen. All right, so we'll go... Oh, wait, no, this is 4 up to 5. So we can't. So we just plot. I was wrong. For some reason I thought that I had 5, but it's only with the elf. That is a play I did once. I went turn 1 elf, turn 2, activate Nykthos, Outcaster, plot Outcaster. Alright, Amalia? No land, no land, no land. So they can attack and gain a life and proc the Amalia. Let's hope that it's not Wildgrowth Walker and that it's not a land. Amalia. Alright, so Lunarch Veteran. That's going to go to the graveyard, 99%. Any lands? They do have the land. Uh-oh. Okay. We'll cast Outcaster Trailblazer. And now we can Nykthos for 5. And we can set up for a kill next turn by going Troll Trailblazer or Trailblazer Troll. Which I think I'm going to do. Leyline or Troll. Troll draws me 2 cards, and I haven't played a land yet. Here we go. Cross fingers. It's hard for them to Court of Calling right now as well. They have to play like they can have Innkeeper Cord. Innkeeper Cord works, I think. Lunarch plus Cord doesn't without a land that taps for green. I think there's a good chance we can kill him next turn, though. We're gonna try our hardest. That has lifelink. Oh yeah, they can. I guess I won't die then, and I can maybe still combo. Because I'll have Troll Leyline with Nykthos, so they can technically combo after damage with just Wild Growth. Also get the Cavalier back, which is nice. Another Amalia. Wild. So this is probably to turn on Fatal Push. Okay, so I think they're just dead. Yeah, we're fine. That was a very weak turn. Although they can hit land or something here and continue to threaten next turn. But we have a very good chance of winning next turn. So they're going to cord. Okay, so they have post-combat kill next turn. Or post-combat blow up my board. So can we win? I guess we just start doing stuff. Alright, Trailblazer for sure. And another Nykthos over another Kiora. So it doesn't really matter. They're basically the same. I haven't played a land yet, though. It matters sometimes when that's the case. Okay, this is maybe enough. Let's see. We can play Leyline, activate Nykthos, play Elf. Oh, we don't have the cure anymore. So if we go land, Elf, Leyline, Nykthos, this is 8 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, 23, 20. Yeah, this is lethal. So let's just not frick around. And even with them blocking 4 points, and we'll just slam the door on them with the tail swipe. Nice. Okay, so 4-1. We went 1-1 against Amalia. I'm very happy to come out against 2 Amalia opponents with 1 win. And I think that you're probably going to win like 1 out of 3, maybe 1 out of 4 if you don't really understand the matchup and know what you're doing. I think Stonebrain is just wrong, man. I can't really quantify it. I've thought about this quite a bit because this is a matchup that comes up a lot, and it's a matchup that's quite bad for Mono Green. But the games I win are never the ones where I cast Stonebrain. They're always the ones where I cast Tail Swipe and do combo shit. And so that's my take. I don't think Stonebrain's good against them because they're a combo deck that can deploy the important combo piece on turn 2 pretty easily before you can Stonebrain them. And so because of that, I think we just don't want it. Obviously, they mulliganed to 5 that game. Elshnorn won us one of the games. But I think that that's just going to happen sometimes where you just cast an early Storm, find Elshnorn, and their deck no longer works. And the second Elshnorn is something I'm much happier to have because it's such a good part of the proactive game plan while also being a good suppression effect. In fact, Stonebrain has been pretty weak for me in general, and I think I might just be cutting it for Deafening Silence to help out against the Phoenix decks a bit more. The Unlicensed Hearts are nice, but Phoenix is a very tough matchup sometimes because they're one of the few matchups that really attack our elves and make our mana a lot worse. Overall, I think that this is a pretty great build of Green Devotion, and if you play this in RCQ and you know what you're doing, I think there's a good chance that you win the whole thing. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you to our sponsors. Games and Comics Paradise is a game store out of Fairfax, Virginia, specializing in trading card games. Make sure to check out gcparadise.com for any singles you might need for your next event. They're run by awesome people, and that's Games and Comics Paradise, Fairfax, Virginia. Moxfield.com, great place to build and share decks with your friends. You can check out my Moxfield page if you check the link description if you're watching this on YouTube. If you are watching it live, you can exclamation point deck or decklist in chat, and you can find all the decks that we play on stream and all the decks I make off stream too. Thank you so much to Apex Gaming. Apex Gaming is a game store out of Caldwell, Ohio. They run a tournament series on their Twitch channel, Apex Gaming on Twitch. And Ross Mayer and myself do commentary for their events. So make sure to check out apexgaming.gg for more info about their tournament series. They run mostly events at their home store, but they have satellite events as well, culminating in a end-of-the-year invitational with $20,000 in prizes on the line. Lastly, my name's Tandy. I write Magic articles. I play Magic for a living. You can support me on patreon.com/Tandy. I also write sideboard guides and post all of the decks I'm working on and stuff, as well as a bunch of articles on patreon.com/Tandy. I also offer coaching if you're interested in getting better, trying to win your next RCQ. My lone student that I have right now just made his first top 8 2 weeks ago and made the finals of his most recent RCQ and got the invite. So if you are looking to up your game, book a coaching session today, and we'll see what I can do for you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.